Hello, everybody. I'm going live. All right. It's all set up here. Well, hello, Nancy. How are you tonight? You beat the two girls who were waiting on me to this punch. My Google decided I had to do a security check-in tonight before I could do anything else. And of course, as soon as I go live, something has to itch, right? I told you. Hello, Ellen. How are you tonight? You've been everywhere today. Check you out. How's Terry doing, Nancy? I know you're waiting on some results last week. Let me bring y'all down here a little more, just so I don't feel like I've got miles of space above me. Lori, hello, hello. Oh, so Miss Ellen's here, Miss Nancy and Lori. Trying not to shake the table because that shakes the camera. I put it in front of me tonight because okay, Ellen. I'm actually going to talk about that tonight. A little bit anyway, not big deals. Wayne went and did some clothes shopping for me, and he got me these really nice black shirts that have ruffly sleeves. But on camera, if I drop a hair, it looks like I've got glitter all over me. Oh, good, Nancy. I'm glad that you've got at least stable news. If not, improvement, that's a good thing. So before I came on, I did my usual. Tracy, I actually almost texted you because I hadn't seen you anywhere in the last couple of days. And I was like, is she okay? Or is Brenda okay? Because I was worried that something had happened. I'm glad to see you here. That's a good thing. Hey, Colleen, I love the heart. Thank you very much. If I try to type emojis when I'm in a chat and I've done an @ to say hello to somebody, it wipes out everything except the emoji. So I'm like, okay, that stinks. So Tracy got to send one of her kids to her dad's 90th birthday party. And I think you said you got to voice chat with him, which had to be awesome. So I'm happy for that. There was a problem with the server on my phone. Am I frozen for you guys? I hope not. Okay, so let's do the most important thing first. Numbers. Sylvia is at 822. Colleen is at 1.13K. I don't know if that's gone up or down, but she's still there. Brandy's at 480. Dawn is at 886. And Wayne is at 729. Wayne has been killing it with the AI stuff. I can't see floating hearts. I think because I came in through Zoom, but I appreciate them anyway. I'm sure other people can. Colleen said earlier that, Colleen said earlier that she could see them on her live. I don't know why I can't. You can't see them, Colleen? Okay. That makes sense to me. So that's the 11:39. She'll be at 11:40 in a minute. Awesome, awesome. A couple of things going on. One, you guys probably haven't seen much of me. Last Thursday, they moved my doctor's appointment around, so I had to go in at 2:30, and it was a cancellation, get in here now kind of thing. So I had to take it. Thank you, Nancy. Yes, congratulations to everybody. I'm thrilled for everybody. This isn't a competition. We need to cheer each other on. So I went in. I did not have a CAT scan, but I did have a kidney stone. I do have a kidney stone. It has stopped hurting, fingers crossed. So I decided that, oh, that may be true too, Sherlock. I decided not to have the CAT scan, but the doctor gave me a whole bunch of things to try to keep from making them so much. I have an uncle who's in the hospital right now, and he's got like 4 or 5 floating around. One of them is blocking, so he's in some pretty severe pain. And yeah, so the kidney stone has been kind of at the top of everything for my brain the last few days. I think I spent about 4 days last week literally not moving. And I mean, that was, I got up to go to the bathroom and I went back to my seat and didn't do anything else. So I am way behind on everything. I did get a video recorded and uploaded last week, but I didn't get the next video recorded yet. So I need to work on that. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be able to. Yeah, Nancy, no fun at all. So I'm kind of behind on things that I have planned to get out there. I've got a mystery quilt video I put up, and it's not that I'm trying to tease you guys, it's that I don't have a clue what to call it. I know where I want to go with it, and I know, I mean, we'll keep the Dresden out of there, but this is what the pieces look like, and I want to applique them down, but I don't know what to call it. I have no idea. So that's why it's called a mystery quilt, because right now it's just like abstract stuff. And it may be called the abstract quilt. I've got an idea that maybe once I embroider all the blocks, I'll turn them all different directions and call it a direction quilt. I don't know. But it's not to tease you guys that I'm changing that. Well, they haven't said that they're going to do surgery on my uncle yet, but I'm kind of, when I talked to my cousin last night, his daughter, I told her, I said, that many kidney stones floating around. The largest is, he's got like 10 millimeters and 7 and 5 and stuff floating. I'm like, yeah, they just need to go in and get all those. They do something with a laser. It's called a PCNL, and I don't know what all that stands for, but somewhere in there is laser. And they go in and they play like asteroid and break up the little flying space quilt. That's an idea, Sherlock. That's a big mouthful, Colleen. But they go in and they play space or asteroid and break up all those kidney stones and then try to fish them all out. Yeah, so I don't pray for him. He's having some major pain with this. And from what I have seen, my brother many years ago had a kidney stone that put him in the hospital on a morphine drip, and on morphine, basically on demand, he was still screaming in pain. And my brother, you know, big bad 6'2" cop, doesn't walk around screaming and whining about things. So, you know, I figure it must be pretty doggone painful for men, even more than women. Mine's been sitting in my back this time. So I'm like, you can stay in my back. Just, you know, don't float down there and start blocking things. So anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with, is that, and just trying to get through the next couple of weeks. Wayne has got some things going on at work that are making him very stressed. You know how that goes. If your husband's stressed, so are you. So we've got a little bit of that going here too. But thank you very much for asking folks for the thumbs up and praying for a successful surgery. I'm really hoping that they do go ahead and take my uncle in and do surgery, because kidney stones basically run in our family. Quite a few of us have had them. And once they get to a certain point, there is no passing them. You know, the ureter, which is what you have to pass it out of, is a little bigger than a hair from what I understand. And you get over couple of millimeters, it's like, yeah. They haven't tried to resolve this stone, Nancy. Just having me drink water, and they gave me an antibiotic to make sure that I didn't get sick, and that resolved the pain, and the water and the antibiotic did. And if the pain comes back, then we will do the CAT scan. And then after the CAT scan, then we'll figure out what needs to be done next. So, yeah. So I'm not anxious to go get another CAT scan. Before they did my bowel surgery, I had like 6 of them, 7 in under 6 months. And because I just was in constant pain and they couldn't figure out why I was hurting so much. It should have resolved. And then it perforated. And then they were like, oh, well, that's why you're in so much pain. So I had a little tiny one. I didn't have anywhere near as bad as what Laura Lynn did. So, but I definitely feel sorry for her too. I appreciate it. But I'm not telling you guys this for sympathy. That's not the idea. It's just so you know what's been going on, because I'm not trying to throw it at you. But that's why things have been slow. And then I saw from Dawn at My Quilt Projects, I watched her video about YouTube after she was on the sewing bee with us. And I went and checked out Rumble, and I don't think Rumble's for me. It might be perfectly fine with other people, but I started reading it, and I was reading their terms of service and how they do things. And I was like, I don't like this. So I'm not going to stick around there. My husband had some concerns about the website security, and I personally had concerns. Some of you may know I'm a paralegal. That was what I did. That was my career. I was a paralegal and a notary. And some of the legal stuff that I read, I just wasn't real thrilled with. Most of it was related to Rumble being your agent for promoting videos throughout the world. And then Rumble has the right, if you're in certain tiers of their service program, whatever they call it, Rumble has the right to act as your agent, even if you don't tell them to act as your agent, like so they could sue other people in your name. And I was like, no, I'm not interested in that. So I'm not going to Rumble. I have some of the same concerns about YouTube that other people have. I've noticed a drop in views. I've noticed a drop in watch hours, that kind of stuff. So I've been backing off a little bit, because I was putting up 3, 4, 5 shorts a day. Now I'm down to 1 or 2. So if you notice that I've scaled back, it's because why put out all the effort if they're not going to promote me? I'm a tiny channel, 2,500 subscribers roughly. And I've been constantly putting this out. So I'm like, why am I putting out my creative efforts for it to get 50 or 100 views? So I've been backing off on that. I will continue to do at least 1 live a week, which will probably be the Monday Night Live. Thursday is probably going to go to a pre-record, and that's for a couple of different reasons. We're coming up on summertime here, which rain usually starts at about 2 or 3 o'clock here. And, I don't want to have to be canceling lives at the last minute for rain purposes. So what I'll probably do with that is go ahead and put up live premieres so that I still get to come in and chat with you guys. And I'm going to branch out. I'm going to continue to do the Quilt Builder card box, but I'm going to alternate that with some other stuff. I want to do some FMQ. Yeah, I was getting big views. I'm used to, well, not used to, but my shorts normally would get 1,000 plus views, no matter what time of day I put them up. And now I'm down to getting at most in the hundreds. For a lot of them, I got I had put up one this morning that got over 1,000, but the other two that I've put up today have gotten less than 100 each, and they all got the same amount of effort. So, and they don't like it when you remix or reuse your own videos. Well, if I'm only getting 100 views on it, why can't I reuse it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a big drop, and I'm not, this big fancy content creator, but I'm still putting in the same amount of effort that the big guys are, for their shorts, and they're getting, 100,000 videos. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe YouTube is ramping down on people who are lower on the subscriber counts than they are on people who have higher, or maybe that's the new algorithm, because I thought I had it figured out before and I was working at what I thought it was working. And it seems to have changed in the last couple months. Right, right. And then I went through the other night. I watch all of, the people that I like as far as content creators. I watch all of their videos, especially the shorts. And I usually watch shorts 3 or 4 times, because the first time I'm just watching it for entertainment. And then after that, I'm watching it to see what did they do in there? Did they do something different than I did? What kind of techniques or filming or whatever? I'm educating myself on shorts creation. And I always like the video when I watch it. And I went through the other day, I was doing shorts, and I went to Sylvia's channel and started watching her shorts. And I noticed that like 15 of them in a row, I apparently hadn't liked. And you know me, I love Sylvia. I had liked all of her videos. So I went back through and put another like on those videos. And then I went back, I think it was yesterday afternoon, and they were unliked again. So I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. And the same with Colleen's, she put up a video last week and then waited a few days. And every time I went back to watch her video, it kept telling me that I had unliked it. And I was like, that's not what happened. So it's a little weird. Anyway, those of you who aren't content creators don't really care about all of this, but I wanted to kind of touch on it because Dawn had put out that video about Rumble. And I don't think it's the right platform for me, so I won't be going over there. I'll support Dawn if she does, but I don't think it's someplace that I want to put content, at least not for now. There may be something else. I'm actually having better luck. If you guys do Facebook at all, and I know some of you don't, but I've put a couple of videos up on Facebook that haven't done well on YouTube. And one of them is over 150,000 views right now. And my followers are shooting up very fast on Facebook. I don't know how Facebook's algorithm works or any of that. I've just put a few up over there, but I'm getting way more views on Facebook than I am on YouTube. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to discuss it. Exactly. Removing likes removes positive interactions for the algorithm. Right. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat and I don't like it there. But yeah, so that's a couple of the things that I've been noticing. Other content creators, have told me that they're having similar issues, especially Colleen and Sylvia. And it's frustrating when you're putting in all the work that we're putting in these days and then not getting the results that you expect, not the rewards, but the results. So anyway, like I said, that's content creator stuff. And I wanted to get that kind of out of the way up front and then answer any questions that you guys might have either as viewers or content creators about why I decided not to do Rumble. If you don't want to talk about that, we'll go on to something else because I got plenty more here. But that's been my week, is looking at Rumble and looking at various other things, trying to come up with what's going to work for me. And then I have all of this fabric yeah, non-sewing channels are having similar issues. I still have all of these batiks left that are probably going to go into the mystery quilt. And these are the 3 colors here. They may become borders. I may do them as 2.5-inch squares. I may also cut them into strips and just mix and match them. So I haven't decided on that yet. And the reason I haven't done a quilt builder the last couple of weeks is because, didn't mean to do that, is because I ran out of one of the fabrics that I need for it, that lime green that I like, that I've been putting in all the blocks, and I haven't been able to get any again. So I'm waiting on my local Walmart to get that back in. If not, I'm going to have to order it from Walmart online. And I hate ordering from Walmart online because it seems like what they always send us, it seems like they always send us like the bottom of the barrel or the last of the line stuff. And it's not always, it looks like it's been run over by a forklift a few times. I'm not taking down my content. That's not happening. I have 1,800 videos up here. I don't know where I'd store that content if I wanted to put it up somewhere else. And I've put, I think, 1 short up on TikTok, and I don't understand TikTok at all. It's beyond my mind. So you guys figure that out for me. Colleen is my tech expert on other social media stuff. She's got a kid at home who's the right age for all of that. So when I want information about how Instagram or TikTok work, I ask Colleen. Actually, I asked the kid through Colleen, and eventually he'll give her an answer that I can use, usually. So, yeah, 135 shorts is a lot of shorts. I don't know, did you remove them and like delete them? Or did you remove them and just like into the other? Did you just send them out into the universe? Yeah, I don't have TikTok either. I downloaded it because I wanted to try out a filter that they had on there. And when I found the filter, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then went on and did something else because I didn't like it after I tried it. Just delete it. Wow. I would cry if I did that, Colleen. You put a lot of work into those shorts. I mean, just deleted them. Wow. I'm mind blown because I can't even imagine. I don't even delete, like, when I make a big video into a little short, I don't even delete the big one. I keep it because I may remix it with something else later. Oh, and that's the point I wanted to make about shorts. YouTube is going to get a lot of remixed shorts here for the next few weeks until I can figure out what's going on, because I'm definitely not going to knock myself out. I'm not going to knock myself out to make brand new shorts for a format that's not showing my stuff and then tells me that they don't like it when I remix my stuff and put it up again. So I'm remixing stuff with new music and new themes and all kinds of stuff. I don't know what that is. I think I got a wart on my arm. But yeah, so I'm sorry, that's what that is what it is. The parent company has been banned from selling their cell phone in the United States. Okay, so TikTok's parent company has been banned from selling their phone in the United States. So you're not going to watch TikTok? Is the parent company trying to sell like spy phones or something? I'm trying to follow the logic on that. I don't do certain stores because of their stance on LBTQ. Exactly. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Colleen. You saved them and you're using them for something else. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I don't shop certain stores because of their stance on LBTQ. Is that in the right order? Um, and I just found out from my friend Tans that DeSantis signed a law down here that people who are transgender are no longer allowed to wear the cross-gender clothes in public or around children, which means that transgender people are not allowed to dress how they prefer to dress in public. And I'm not super happy about that. I've looked at, mostly when I see TikTok, it's because somebody has taken a TikTok video and added it to YouTube or put it on Facebook. There's some really funny ones on Facebook that I like to watch. Okay, that makes sense. They were illegally collecting info through the same methods they were using on TikTok. Yeah, there's a whole lot of data collection, data mining sites out there that make me wonder that. So I get it. Miss Tracy has been quiet tonight. Are you still there or did she fall asleep on me? Colleen, on the other hand, has been very talkative, and I know she got her dinner handed to her right as I went live. Speaking of dinner, you've been quiet tonight, Tracy. I was just checking on you. Oh, okay. Wayne bought P.F. Chang's Chinese food at Walmart the other day, and he apparently used to eat at P.F. Chang's fairly often. I don't think I ever went there. But we got orange chicken and then their fried rice, their chicken fried rice. And he made it for dinner tonight, and it was pretty good, except a little spicy. They put extra spice in there. Remember, okay, Ellen, you have a good night. My stomach can't handle a lot of spice anymore, and we're old, so it just. I used to be able to eat jalapenos right straight out of the jar, and now I have, 2 on my nachos, and I'm fine. But the chicken and rice was a little spicy. The orange chicken was a lot spicy. See, Tracy, I'm not the only one who noticed you were quiet tonight. You're cross stitching, but that's fine. But anyway, what was really good in that P.F. Chang's though, and I had forgotten about this. When I went to the doctor last week, she told me that she wanted me to eat more regular vegetables. Well, in our house, beans, corn, and potatoes are the carrots, and none of those are the vegetables. And none of those are vegetables. Those are actually carbohydrates when you have elevated blood sugar. So when you're counting them into your diet, they count just like bread. Beans and rice together make a protein, but separately, they're just carbohydrates. So I was thinking, when I was eating tonight, I was like, God, that's really good. The edamame in there was so good that I went into our Walmart thing and went ahead and put a bag in our order, a bag of edamame without the shells. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. So I can't wait till we get the grocery order this week because the edamame just sounds so good. And I can remember that back when I first had bariatric surgery without the shells, almost nobody's body can process the fiber from the soy shells, which is what edamame is, it's soybeans. But you can't eat the outer husk, you can only eat the inside. And they're a bean, but they're still kind of crunchy, kind of like a peanut crunch when you eat them. I used to nuke up a little cup of those and I would peel them out of this thing because you couldn't buy them without shells back then. But I would pull them out and then I would sit there and eat the edamame as my vegetable. And I'm like, why? How did I forget edamame? So we ordered some. I'm looking forward to having it. And it was really good in the PF Chang's food. That's probably why I finished what I had. But the PF Chang's itself was a bit spicy. And I've never tried sesame chicken sauce, but I will tell you that there's a couple of different sauces that I looked up. And there's a guy, I want to say it's G.H. Jones, that makes sugar-free versions of Thai chili sauce, which I still like, um, the yum yum sauce, and what he calls his chunky chicken dipping sauce. Ooh, sorry about that, YouTube. Didn't mean to say that. Um, but anyway, they look pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll. So I've got those 3 bottles put into the cart so that I can get those and we can try them next week. And we just got a new air fryer, and Wayne has been putting it through its paces. And he did chicken yesterday, and it was so good in the air fryer. I was like, yummy, yummy, yummy. So, yeah. And what are you laughing at, Sherlock? She's laughing at me with the air fryer. We had onion rings last night, and I haven't had onion rings in probably years. So that was like the first thing I wanted to try. Yeah. Chunky chicken dipping sauce. I can't say that 3 times real fast because I will screw it up. um, but anyway, I hadn't had onion rings in years because, fried onion rings. But we opened up a bag of onion rings and cooked them in the air fryer. They were so good. I was like, yes. Hi, Marie. How are you tonight? So I had chicken legs and onion rings for dinner last night, both cooked in the air fryer, and they were stupendous. They were really good. I have hair on my nose, and it feels like something is crawling on me. You guys ever do that? Yeah, the words on the sauces are funny. Or you just missed it. I was talking about chunky chicken dipping sauce, and I messed that one up big time. And I was just giving excuses for why I've been so lazy this last couple of weeks. I've gotten a little bit done, but I haven't done anything that requires lots of strain because I have not been capable of it. Oh, you're down here. Awesome. Awesome. Have you guys been getting storms where you're at this week, or are you actually getting sunshine? There was a pretty big one last night. Really started rocking at about 7 or 8. And they said it was going northeast, and I thought about you. Of course, everybody was probably tucked in by that point. And if you're not used to Florida, you were probably pretty close to tucked in too. Warm and humid wipes people out. Sherlock was just down here recently to visit her kids that don't live that far from me, but she was here on a working trip, come down and help the daughter move and unpack kind of thing. And so we didn't manage to figure out a way to get together and have a visit. Maybe next time she comes down, we can carve out a day for that. I'm hoping anyway. And hoping not to have to make a trip to Kentucky in the next few days, or Indiana. Oh, okay. That's really good, Marie. Because this is usually when it starts raining every afternoon. Like, somewhere between 2 and 4, it starts raining, and it rains torrential. I don't know why Florida still has a work day that goes from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. during our rainy season. If we were smart, we'd either bring all of our people and the kids for school in earlier in the day so they get out before the rain starts, or split the day so they like work until 2, and then they got to come back after about 7 when everything's done. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it stays that way for you. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying your trip. I'm sure the people that you're getting to visit help a whole lot. Oh, and the other thing I got when I went to the doctor on Thursday, some of you will know how much this means, is she gave me my disabled parking permit form. She signed it. Hey, Lucy, how are you tonight? So I've got to go down to the DMV and get that plaque for my car. But that is going to make a huge difference in me being able to go places, because when I went to the doctor the last time by myself, um, I ended up having to park like in the far side of the parking lot. And here I am, me and my walker going across the parking lot because it was one of those days. And I get to the door and I stopped and I was talking to the guy who works. Um, I, I call him the doorman, but I don't know. That's probably not what they call him at the hospital. But he literally walked me all the way up to the doctor's office to make sure I got there okay, because he could tell I was having a hard time. Yay, Tennessee. That'll be nice. So you'll get to miss most of the heat here. But anyway, so she gave me my disabled parking forms. So I've got to take those in. And she also signed my juror excuse form so that I can turn that in at the courthouse. And here the courthouse and the DMV are on opposite corners. So I'm hoping that when I go to take those in, I'll have the energy to do both the same day. So I got both of those. And then I got the form for my pain medication. Apparently, Florida requires that you sign a form if you're taking any kind of narcotic. I have a prescription for tramadol that I use when things really bad, and I don't take it very often. Yeah, I like the name Lucy too. I like it because I liked her name when she was in Peanuts, but there are other Lucys out there. Lucille Ball. Matter of fact, did anybody, I mean, I put it up so that you guys could see it, but did anybody see the post on my community tab? I posted a sewing room that the gal calls her I Love Lucy sewing room because it's all red and white and there's a lot of Lucy stuff in there. And from Angel Paramedic, I used to be in a Facebook group with her and I haven't seen her in a few years. But if you haven't checked out that room, there's a ton of ideas. I know it's a long video, but and I love sewing room tours, so I'll put that out there up front. But she has some of the neatest organizing ideas that I've ever seen. And I think there's a lot of girls. Lucy Van Pelt, yep, that's her name. But there's a lot of organizing ideas in that. It's in my community tab, Marie. If you ever want, she's very calm voiced. She explains how they made things. You're going to have to subscribe just because to who? Angel or me? But you're already subscribed to me, baby. If you're not, you should be. But anyway, so Angel Paramedic, that video is just, I know I've watched it 10 or 15 times myself. And every time I watch it, I get something else out of that video. I like how she stores her ribbons. Her husband custom built her desks for her. And this was all before IKEA and all that stuff became big. I know that it's been up there 10 or 12 years. Okay. Thank you, Lucy. We'll keep you. But he built her like custom thread trays and stuff underneath her desk. And every time I look at this video, I'm just like, there's another idea I could steal. Yes. Yes, that is just, and you guys know, I don't push other people's videos, but I think that one's got so much information that is useful to people. And I enjoy the video. I like the lady's voice. Like I said, I used to be in a Facebook group with her. But yeah, I don't even know if she's still around. but the room is awesome. And I think there may be an updated video. I always go back to the first one. Thank you, Colleen. You're great at the links. I think I sent it to Colleen and Lori through text message rather than on YouTube. And after I sent it to them, I was like, you know, they're not the only two who might enjoy that. So yeah, I really enjoy that one. There's a few others that I like the room, that I like definitely Marie. I really like, I think her real name is Tammy, but I really like her sewing room. And it's in a mobile home. You may not realize that until you've watched it a couple of times. But she's got just like the last bedroom at the back of a single wide mobile home. And it does not, my room looks like a crowded, cluttered mess. Yes. Oh, it's awesome, Lucy. And it's red and white and just, you know, lots and lots of ideas and a lot of DIY stuff in there. I mean, I would love to be able to go in that room and just sit and pilfer and figure out all the different organization systems that she used, because I just love it. And I spent 10 minutes talking about angel paramedics sewing. That's awful. Yeah, it's definitely good. Definitely good. She'll be like, why am I getting new subs? And like I said, I do believe there's a video. Now, I've still got these going on. This is the Sunbonnet Sue, but I've stopped putting them. It is awesome, Marie. I've stopped putting them as the focal point of a video because there's a couple other people doing Sunbonnet Sues right now. And I don't want to be either imitating them or making them imitate, making it look like they're imitating me. I don't think that's happening on either direction. But I want to work on the mystery quilt that I've got going anyway. So I'm going to work on that and continue to work on the Sue in the background. And then if I decide to deviate off and do the crazy Sunbonnet Sue stuff, like I was talking about, where they were talking about destroying Sunbonnet Sue, then I'm not doing anything that's offensive on camera to anybody. So I don't think that I'm going to do that, but I have a couple of ideas running around in the back of my head like little mice that are percolating and may end up in a quilt. So if I do that, I'll just show it to you in the finished quilt. You won't see it like on video, not that one. And the next video for this that's coming out, I've got to sit down and record it. Colleen is like, no, don't destroy her. The next video that's coming out, and I have to still record it, is I'm going to show you guys how I import my design from Brothers Canvas Workspace into Simply Applique. Awesome. That's cool, Marie. I can't wait to see pictures of it. But I'm working on putting it into Simply Applique so that I can show you guys how that it gets converted into something that I can actually use my embroidery machine to automatically embroider for me. And I will be quite honest with you, I have been haunting Becky at Power Tools with Thread for information about how to do that. I knew how to do it, but some of the stuff had slid because I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, that will definitely be a video. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Becky when I do that. What I'm trying to do is make it a quick, simple video for people like me who just want to do one or two projects and then maybe never touch it again, creating their own applique. But it also gives me a video that's aimed at my way of thinking, because I think differently than other people and vice versa. But it also will give me a reference that I can go back to. Yeah, she's definitely in my thing. But it gives me a reference that I can go back to and say, how did I do this? Oh, and then my little cheat, I put my paper pattern for my Dresden up here, and I have that saved in my brother's scan and cut now, so that I can put like 2 by 4 inch squares, because that's what that is, on the mat in the scan and cut, and then cut out a whole bunch of the little Dresden from scraps without having to reindent the wheel every time. So, and anything that's mine that I created, like the Dresden plate little cutout, if I can save it in an SVG. Oh, thank you, Marie. I think I stink at it. So I definitely appreciate that. But like, you know, any of those that are mine that I can share as an SVG, I will. I'm not sure if I am allowed to share PES files that I create, which is the ones that go to the brother machines and the baby lock machines. I'm not sure about the legality of sharing those. If it's my pattern, I can share my patterns. Like I've drawn patterns out and shared them in my community tab. So I can share that, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed, because the PES is a proprietary software type, if that made sense. So I'll have to look that up and see. What's Pasha? Was that Pasha? I think that how I teach works for some people and doesn't for others. Just like, you know, how other people teach isn't necessarily the way that I learn. So yeah, I think that there's room for a whole lot of different people teaching similar things out there. So, and I have literally sat here and rambled now for 45 minutes. I got it. After I read it a couple of times, it made sense. It's kind of like Colleen saying trico today, tricot, or whatever it was you were saying it. I don't know if there is a way to spell it. I always, I don't know. PSHA something. It doesn't matter. I got what you meant. I was wondering why you were talking about shawls, though. Fat fingers are autocorrect. Yes, it's never your fault. Don't you know better? And somebody was it you talking about Nouveau earlier, Colleen? Or did I see somebody else's video in between? Must have been you, because I don't remember. I went to Brandy's for a bit, and then I watched that cleaning guy that I've been watching. I don't know. Hello, that's how you spell it. Nouveau is the other one. Yes, it was on yours, because you were talking about Eleanor Burns not knowing how to say it. Okay, Tracy, I will double check that under US law, but yeah. And I think that you're spelling her name right too, because I think that's how it's spelled. I have her up here. No, I don't. She's in the other room. Her I have Eleanor Burns's Irish Chain Quilt book in there, and I think that is how it's spelled, with no second E. But Tracy, I will be happy to if that's the way that goes. My hair is longer than I thought back there. I washed my hair earlier and then tried to pick it out because there was some tangles in it. And I ended up like 2 big old handfuls of hair. I texted Colleen and said, I'm going blind. I'm going bald. She's like, you're too funny. I still have plenty up there. It doesn't look like I lost 2 big old handfuls of it, does it? Looks like there's a ton there. But yeah, once I double check that, I'll be happy to share it, at least on these. And the Sunbonnet Sue, I actually did draw from someone else's pattern. So I don't think I can share that, but I have shared the link on that before. So you can go download that from where it came from. I have leave-in conditioner. I bought it because you recommended it. And I did actually put more conditioner back in my hair. After I washed it, rinsed it, conditioned it, and rinsed it, and then I put some more conditioner in. You thought she was seeing if you were paying attention. No, I knew you were paying attention. Didn't you send me a text a couple of minutes ago? I have my phone sitting down here to my right, and then I'm looking at the computer. So I do like this because the way I have it set up, I'm not looking over here while I'm talking to you guys. Dog duty. Yes, Sherlock has a new baby, a new puppy. Marie, you have a great night and enjoy that trip. Don't let anybody get you down. You just have fun. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Colleen. You're bad. That's why we're friends. Because great minds think alike, right? And we have the same sense of humor, which is sometimes a wee bit warped. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping up here. There is more edamame in the kitchen. There's more food, but I really want the edamame. I don't care about the food so much as I want those little crunchy edamame bites. I definitely will have to order a bag of them. We love you, hugs, kisses, all of that, Marie. I don't know what it is. Edamame, has anybody here ever had boiled peanuts? Or has anybody here ever had edamame? I think that edamame is a crunchier version of boiled peanuts. I used to like peeling the edamame pods, but I found frozen edamame without the pods. It's already been shelled. So I'm going to try that and see what I think of it. But frozen edamame in the pods, you nuke it and then you peel it out and you eat it. And it's just like what you do with boiled peanuts is you crack the little boiled peanut shell open and then eat the inside. They're not the same texture, but they have a little bit of the same taste and they're good. So, and you can only eat so many of them. You don't have to eat edamame out of a paper bag on the side of the road that like you do boiled peanuts. Okay. I know Colleen has put in all the links tonight, including Sylvia's. I saw that. Trying to think if I answered everybody's questions that asked any. And I know I've sent you guys all over to Angel Paramedics to look at her sewing room. So, and I'll probably watch it again tonight too, because I like it. I like watching it. So, and there may be, I may actually put a permanent link in there if you guys really enjoy it. Yep, you guys all have a great week. Thursday will probably be a live premiere of a Quilt Builder card box block. And between now and then, I hope to get the video up showing you how to convert a scan and cut pattern into an applique pattern that you can do on your embroidery machine. So be looking for that. At the latest, it'll come up Friday. All right, I love you guys. Colleen says, be the light you hope to see in others. Sylvia says, be nice to others because you're nice, not because they are. And I say, if anybody's close enough to criticize your work, you need to tell them to go home.